Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So today I'm here to take a look at the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 3 months later. Came out in January. January's passed, February, March, April. We're into May now. So I thought I'd follow up. And this is the first time I've done something like this before, and I think that it's particularly important because this is the very first time I've ever gotten a flagship phone, especially a Samsung, but any flagship phone, no screen protector on here at all. Just rocking what it has with it. No screen protector, no additional protective measures other than just putting it in a case, which actually kind of damaged my phone a little bit. We'll talk about that in this video, but also to see how well the Gorilla Glass Victus has held up because it's on the front and on the back. So, $1,200 phone, flagship, 3 months, no screen protector. What does it look like? Now, before we get into all this, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Let's talk about the S21 Ultra. Alright, we've got the S21 Ultra here. It's the bee's knees in the Android world. It is the best, arguably, most powerful Samsung and Android flagship phone that you can get, especially in the US market. Snapdragon 888 processor, 128Hz screen, Quad HD Plus resolution, up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's got some serious power underneath the hood. It's got a beautiful screen, and it's got Gorilla Glass Victus, which is supposed to be the best glass you can get, most protective, all that good stuff, on the front and on the back. And it's got an aluminum frame to help keep the weight down a little bit. So I've had this in the official Samsung case, the silicone case with S Pen, since day one. I got this in January whenever it came out. Now I'm happy to report the back side of the phone looks great. I don't have a single scratch on my camera. The cameras have held up really well. The back has held up really well. It's been inside of the case, of course. But there are two areas. One is, I think, actually kind of okay, after using it for the last couple of months. The other one irks me a little bit. So we've got this aluminum frame, right? So these bezels, the edges around the phone are made out of aluminum. Well, that scratches pretty easily. Aluminum is a very soft metal. It's also a very light metal. So it's very prone to getting scratches on them. And yeah, that's just what kind of the way things are. Well, the problem is it's getting these little pits in it. Like these little pits, these little dings, while I have it inside the Samsung silicone case with S Pen. And that is problematic for me because the case should be protecting it from that. The reason it does that, it has these open and kind of floppy sides on the edges. So it's much more firm on the side with the S Pen, but on this side, it's just really, really thin silicone. So what happens is your phone stays in here, and then things get trapped underneath the edges of the case here, and then while you're using it and grabbing it and moving it, the debris that gets inside of there ends up causing little pits and dings and things like that inside on the side of the phone. So that's particularly troublesome to me. I think that's terrible. Maybe Samsung didn't test this phone case out all that well, or what they probably did is they probably white gloved it, tested it out in a lab where nothing got underneath the case for a couple of months, and then said, hey, it's good. And then you get out in the real world. So if you got one of these cases, definitely take a look at the sides of your phone. Make sure you don't have those little pits and dings, because I've got lots of them peppered on the sides of my phone. But otherwise, the integrity of the phone is solid in that department. Now, the biggest thing is the Gorilla Glass Victus. Gorilla Glass Victus, latest, greatest, the best iteration of Gorilla Glass you can get on your phone right now. So it's got it on the front, it's got it on the back, it's got this nice frosted appearance on the back. Really, like I said, I haven't had any problems there. Nothing is getting underneath the case behind it. It's been in the case the whole time, so the back is fine. Now, when it comes to the front, I have a ton of micro scratches, and you can see them here as I do the overlay with the phone using the flashlight so we can try and see as many of these little scratches as possible. Now, I don't have any deep scratches. I don't have any fatal, critical scratches or dings in it. There are a couple that are a little bit more serious than others. There's a lot of those little, just tiny micro abrasions on the screen, but honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. When I got a couple of them on there when I first got the phone, it really bothered me because I'm like, this is Gorilla Glass Victus. This shouldn't be that big of a deal. And then as I was using it, and you have to tilt or cant the phone in a different position to catch it with the light to even see them. It doesn't impact the everyday usage. You can't even feel them with your finger. I was like, well, I guess that's just the way this is supposed to work. It's supposed to protect from, I guess, more significant scratches. So I carry this phone in my pocket all the time, but I carry it with nothing in there other than whatever pocket lint might happen to be there. I don't carry it with my keys. I don't carry it with my wallet. I only carry my phone in my left pocket, and that's how I've carried this phone since I got it. No screen protector again. So there are a couple significant micro abrasions and scratches on here, at least that I think, and you can see them here as we're looking over it. But by and large, if you baby this phone, take care of it, and do like what I've done for the last 3 months where you take really good care of your phone, it should be fine. But here's the other thing. I got the insurance on it. I've got the Samsung Care, whatever the world is called. I pay for that every month in case I mess my phone up. So I thought this time, let's run a social experiment. We'll see how this goes, and hopefully the phone screen will hold up. Because yes, it does irk me when I get these little scratches on my screen, but as I've kind of gotten used to this, it doesn't really bother me that much anymore. But I think that the Gorilla Glass Victus has actually held up all right. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, scratches at 6, deeper grooves at level 7, whatever it is that they say. Yeah, it's going to get scratches on there. That's inevitable. It's going to get these tiny little micro scratches. You can see whenever you turn the phone and you kind of cant it around, you can catch them in the light, but largely it's not that big of a deal. I don't think it is, because look, the screen can't protect it from everything. But it does seem like I've avoided any catastrophe. It doesn't have any significant issues. There's no real like deep scratches in it. So yeah, I mean, if I dropped it on the curb today, it would really mess up the screen. That's a risk that you run, but that's something that's much more controllable than just the surfaces that it comes in contact with all the time in your pocket, the materials, the cloths, whatever else, however you carry it and store it. So if you baby it, if you take really good care of it, keep everything clean and pristine, you'll probably be okay, and definitely have the insurance on it. That's like the biggest thing here. I wouldn't do this if I didn't have the insurance. So if you don't have insurance on your phone, please don't do this, because you're just asking for disaster and calamity to befall you, and then you're gonna have a really expensive phone that you can't get the screen fixed without paying a lot of money. But if you do decide to go that route, I think you'll be okay. Yeah, if you toss your keys in there and it scratches the heck out of your screen, you're on your own. That's something that you did. But on its own, the materials I think are fairly well resistant to life around it. Granted, you don't scratch it on anything hard or drop it, bump into it, bump it into things like that. So that's my long-term 3-month review, taking a look at the S21 Ultra in all of its glory with no screen protector on it, and how mine has held up. And that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions or comments about this, if you want to talk about the experience you've had with your phone and how it's held up, please sound off in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.